Greetings comrades, Soviet Gaming here, and today we are doing another video on the Soda Dungeon endgame team, and this time it will be something in between. This will be a hybrid team that I'm using right now for the progression, so let's go into it. Let's start with hiring the guys we will use. This time we will use Thief, 2 nurses, 2 dark mages, hello dark mages, I know you guys been waiting for it for a while, and a dark lord. As for the order, the Dark Lord will be in the end as always, nurses in the front, doing the healing first, then the thief, then dark mages, then the Dark Lord. As for the gear, you will figure out yourself what do you want. I decided to balance it out between essence find and damage reduction because at this point of the game the damage reduction is really important. It's allowing you to increase your effective health, so it's basically boosting your health pool by the amount of damage reduction, and will prevent your heroes from being one-shotted as well. For the nurses we use Keybringer. We can switch it to Soul Guardian if we will need some damage, I'll talk about that a bit later, but for now we're using the Keybringers, Essence Shield, Cosmic Shields for additional Essence Find, so we will keep it as high as possible, Saint Armor for everyone for that damage reduction, and the Essence Magnet for the sake of Essence Find. And I'm using the Skull Blade on the Thief just because I can, so it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. If you want to make those guys tougher, you equip them all with the Skull Blades. If you want those guys to take part in the action, fighting the enemies and attacking the mid-bosses, you can equip them with the Soul Guardian for additional damage. For the Dark Mage though, we are equipping them with the Grand Skipper because it improves the magic attack by so much, 48% at level 10, that's really important, and it have a gem slot. The gem slot is being occupied with the red gem for additional attack. Pearl gem, when it will be fixed, when it will be updated, it will be a better fit for this slot because it will give us more attack and more health. Right now it's not that good. Then we have the Cosmic Shield at the highest level for additional magic attack boost and essence find, and the gem slot is occupied with attack gem for the laser use. As for the armor, we use Saint Armor as well because, well, there are no armor that increase our magical damage right now, and it's best fit for us right now. Yeah, I know that we can get that magnificent robe if we'll craft it, but first of all, it's extremely hard to get because, well, getting those ingredients isn't easy. Oh my god, I have so much obsidian. And yeah, the magic attack boost is really cool, but I still want my guys to have pretty high amount of damage reduction, so I won't have to increase that health relic too much. We'll talk about that in a second. And for accessories, we're using the Essence Find things as well. I'm not using Phantasmal Claw yet because it's not efficient for me, because I won't be able to one-shot enemies. It's for the way later stages. So if you are at mid stages like I am, I'm at 80k right now, you might want to use something like Essence Magnets or maybe Silver Necklaces for additional damage reduction. Maybe Magic Ring for additional attack, but I think you will guys figure it out yourself, no problem. For the Dark Lord, we're using the back protector, so he won't be backstabbed by the enemies. Actually, it might be a good idea to equip everyone with that thing a bit later in the game if you want to push really far away. And double essence magnets for additional essence gain. What's interesting though, that right now we have 1.06 essence find. We are over the cap, like it doesn't do anything as far as I know. I'm not really sure about that, but I think if we have more than 100 essence find, the second enemy won't have that essence, so it's just a waste of resources, and we won't remove one of the magnets. Instead, we will go to the pets, and instead of the fairy, we will use rock right now, because it will give us more damage reduction. So basically at this setup right now, you can change to any pet that you want to adjust your build a little bit. Once again, just like last time, you can equip everyone with the defensive damage reduction gear, and that will allow you to save your guys from a lot of hassle. So let's see, the Thief right now have 75% damage reduction. So she won't take that much damage anymore, and maybe you can get the back protector and you can push that far with your health relic, but it's up to you. You can always balance up your relic with your gear. For now, I'm greedy, I'll go with the Cosmic Shield to get more essences. So yeah guys, this is very adjustable, you can switch it to your liking. This is just the basic guidelines. As for the relics, right now I have everything balanced. I have 1.3k attack, 1.5k health, a little bit in gold gain, 800 in physical and magical attack. That's really important because you all know that before that I was doing the physical build. Right now I want to try dark mages and I decided to go with this setup. So we have the same level of relics for physical and magical attackers. I'm running with 200 key relic and everything else here is maxed out what I needed to max out. And over here we have 950 Dark Mages, 950 Dark Lord, and 300 and 400 for the Nurses and the Thieves. That's pretty much enough for now. Since those guys are our damage dealers, it's really important that those relics will be really high. So right now, since all the relics are kinda even for all the classes that are doing damage, we can see how it works. Let's go to the highest level possible, and this will show you where this build stops and how far you can push and what you need to do to increase your max level. So this is not really the fastest build, it's not the fastest floors per hour, because I'm aiming at the most efficient AFK progression. So the benefits of this build that when you're facing 4 enemies they are going down no problem, but extend bosses like this one are problematic for us because we don't have enough damage to kill them in one shot. I specifically waited for that point, it took a while. I progressed like 30k levels in order to get to this point where we can't over DPS the X10 boss, right? But this build is the best for pushing. It can push for so long without any casualties, because if you have enough health for your guys, they won't be killed by ambushes. And there are not many RNG related issues over here. If you have 3 or 4 enemies, those will be killed with your team. And that will allow you to actually push really high. So yeah, right now for us, the damage of the Dark Mage is actually our weak point that doesn't allow us to progress any further. As you can see, they are dealing fantastic damage to the enemy huge teams, but those guys who will kill you sooner or later if you will get ambushed after that, or they will be really dangerous. So as you can see, yes, they are doing damage to your guys. So before moving on to the scripts, I wanted to showcase you how the build works and how you can make it even more efficient. In our scenario, since we don't have enough damage for the boss fights, we can get the nurse option to do an attack. So basic nurse script for this build will be ally HP higher than 80% first aid and then defend. We can make the new trigger enemy, where is it? There we go. With this script, the nurses will do attack at the enemy as well. Strongest single target attack. That will allow you to damage the boss way more and push further. So if you include this line, enemy rank higher than mini boss, you will be able to do more damage to the bosses guys at X10 levels, and that will push you further. If you want to be as fast and as effective as possible, remove this line and use the normal script. That will allow you to progress a little bit faster, but not that far, because you won't be able to overcome enemies with the current relic that you have. For the thief, we have really simple script. Enemy has essence ransacked, enemy weakest defend. Once again, if you want, you can use your thief to do additional attack at the bosses. That will allow you to kinda push further. For the hybrid build, I adjusted my scripts a little bit, so we will have the highest floors per hour amount as possible. So now I will showcase you the scripts that will give you the highest floors per hour that I managed to achieve with this build. And keep in mind that everything is adjustable, and you saw it already that you can adjust the scripts to get the more progression or fastest floors per hour. So let's go over them. For the tip, we have the same. Enemy have essence, ransack. If you want fastest floors per hour, remove that and leave him on defend only. That will make your floors per hour higher, but you will lack a lot of essence. I don't really recommend that. For the nurse, ally HP lower than 80% health, first aid, that's all we need. We'll keep it like that. And then for the Dark Mage, enemy team alive more than 2, we use Noxin, and enemy isn't or use strongest single target attack, that is Laser. Since our Dark Mages are positioned behind the enemy, they will backstab them, so Laser will do a quick job of 1 or 2 enemies in the enemy team, and if there are 3 or more, we will use Noxin. For the Dark Lord, we have same enemy team alive more than 2 strongest group attack, so he will be able to weaken them, because otherwise, well, I tried, I'm not ready for the Dark Mage build yet. But with this setup, I think you will be able to push way further than with the normal Dark Mage team. Enemy rank higher than normal, use default attack. Because my Dark Lord is strong enough already, This attack will allow him to weaken the enemy mini bosses and the bosses a little bit, so our laser will finish them off. If your Dark Lord is strong enough and you can do that and actually be able to kill the enemy, that will be faster. Enemy rank normal defense, so he isn't taking 1 or 2 single target enemies, normal enemies, and enemy team alive equals 1 default attack. This is aiming at the janitor. So my default attack does more than 12k damage, and that allows me to one-shot the janitor without using that AoE attack. That takes quite a lot to do, so animation is really slow, and with this we can progress way faster. Once again, if your Dark Lord is weak enough and you can't one-shot enemy the janitor, that's most important, janitor, with your default attack, switch this one to strongest group attack. For me, default attack works. Okay, next we have 80 million of essence, and we want to spend that on Relic of Magic boost or normal attack. That will allow us to use Noxin and laser more efficiently, and your Dark Mages will be able to one-shot those bosses. So this will make your runs faster, but you won't be able to push that far with the same setup. I mean, it's not balanced anymore. After that you're pushing towards the magic side, and this is actually more or less the endgame side. The claw build is based on the magic boost, so it will be necessary sooner or later anyway, right? So I would say that this build that we're using right now, the combination build, the fusion build, whatever you call it, the physical and magical one, is a transition build from the normal run, from the Carpenter's team to the Dark Mage team. Ooh, we did some upgrades. Our attack is 1.6k, our magical relic is twice as strong, 1.5k, and we increased some of the gold relic. We also upped our Dark Mage relic to 1.5k, so our Dark Mages should be able to do quite a lot of damage right now. So we have the team set up as it is right now, and we are ready to test them out with the same setup, with more of the resources, and you will see how fast, how powerful they are, and how fast they will plow through the game and how far they can push. Woo, this is overkill, guys. Dark Lord does 51k damage, that's almost killing the normal enemies. Laser does 100k damage. Oh my god, the enemies are going to be decimated for a long time. I wanna know how much Noxin does. Alright, let's go. Noxin. No, Noxin. Yes, 27k for Noxin. So we can push far away with this setup right now. I want to see the boss. How? Oh my god, yeah, he will be really killed quite easily. As you can see, when you level up your guys, this team will push you far away. I think with this team setup, with those scripts, like if you'll put all your normal guys on attack on the bosses, you will be able to push to the latest stage. The floors per hour won't be the fast one. The fastest one will be obviously the claw or only Noxin build. But with that setup, you won't be able to push that far. For me personally, it's more important to push as far as possible. And this hybrid build is actually a perfect transition to the Dark Mage build, which I'll show in the next video. And after that, I will compare all the builds that I've created in terms of floors per hour, which one is the best, which will give you the most benefit, and which one you should use as your main progression. So yeah guys, I think this run will now last for another 24 hours, no problem. If you have issues with your health, if you are being killed in ambushes, level up your health. Or equip some of that physical resistance gear, physical damage reduction gear. So guys, I've tested my build overnight and it's pretty good. Almost 24 hours run, and we have pretty high floors per hour. Let's actually count the actual amount. My calculations figured out that we have about 670 floors per hour, and it's pretty good result. It's pretty good result for the team where you use Mr. Dark Lord to do the damage to the enemies, because his animation is pretty slow. I think the only option that would be faster is using the claw or using only Dark Mages, but that requires way higher level of attack and magical damage relic. And yeah guys, let me know in the comments if you actually use this hybrid build, or you transfer to the Dark Mage straight away from the start of the warrior dimension, or after getting to some stage without using Dark Lord for that AoE attack, because it's actually slowing you down quite a lot. While you're going there, don't forget to leave a like, share the video, subscribe to this channel, and make sure that bell notifications turn to all so you won't miss anything. Also, you might want to check out links that are in the comments and in the description. There is a playlist for Soda Dungeon 2 videos where you can find more guides and builds and everything. There is a link to my Twitch, Discord and everything, so you want to join the Discord, that's fantastic community. On Twitch I'm streaming 3 times a week, really fun games, you want to be part of that as well. And also there is a website where you can find the text versions of those guides and maybe some extras. And I'm sorry if I wasn't that high quality today in this video because I've been sick for a while, so I hope it wasn't that intrusive for you. And that's about it for now. Thank you for watching, guys. Soviet out. До свидания.